Hello and welcome back to the channel. As you can see here in the re-sign period, not the free agency period after the 2012-13 season, James didn't win the Stanley Cup. As for the kind of why we're in the re-sign period, not the free agency period, we'll get into at the end. Let's kind of recap the season and all that. So let's go to team standings. As you can see here, probably hard to tell there. Let's go to Eastern. As see, we finished in a playoff spot. We finished 12th overall in the league and 7th in the East with 91 points. So we made the playoffs, which was solid. Obviously a big drop off compared to last season, but it was still enough to get us into the playoffs, so I won't really complain. Obviously goals for per game is 3.5, goals against 3.15, so we're on the positive side of that ratio again, which is probably why we made the playoffs. The President's Trophies, he was the Washington Capitals, who finished with 111 points. In terms of scoring, sorted. Our leading scorer was Nathan Horton, finished with 90 points, 37 goals, 53 assists, which is pretty solid, but not enough for the top 10. In terms of Bryan McCabe, let's see if he actually ends up in. Yeah, he did. Okay, so he finished another pretty sharp decline. He was on the third pair. So like 7 goals, 22 assists for 29 points, which is pretty not great. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. So obviously, as though we made the playoffs, let's go to the playoff tree and check out how the playoffs went. As you see here, the Atlanta Thrashers did the improbable and won the Stanley Cup, beating the Nashville Predators in 6 games. So let's kind of get into it. So as though we were the 7th seed in the East, we played the Senators, finished with 107 points, and we're the 2 seed, and we somehow swept them, won the games 4-2, 2-1, 6-2, and 3-2, before facing the 5 seed Thrashers, who finished with 95 points in the regular season, and we got destroyed. We lost in 5 games. They won games 1 and 2, 2-0, and 7-3. They won game 3, 4-3, and they finished us off with 4-3 and 3-2 wins to win the series at 5 and go all the way to win the Stanley Cup, which I guess is good for them, but not great for us. In terms of player stats, see here, our leading scorer was Michael Frolik, who finished with 5 goals, 8 assists for 13 points, so basically a point per game. So we had played, I mean, basically it's a little more than a point per game, so we played 9 games, so very decent from him. In terms of Bryan McCabe, we gotta go all the way down here. You see he finished with 1 assist in 9 games for 1 point, so not great from him there. In terms of, I guess, kind of awards and stuff, we'll get into that now, quick. So Thrash won the Cup, President's Trophy was the Capitals, and then Thrash beat the Predators in the Cup final. Art Ross was Vincent Lecavalier, who finished with 108 points for the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Hart went to Pascal Leclerc of the Senators. Ryan Whitney won the North for the Sabres. Ilya Kovalchuk won the Lady Byng. He finished tied for second in scoring with 105 points. Calder went to, I'm guessing that's probably like a game generator guy from the Maple Leafs. Konstantin Andrej Pavlik of the Thrashers. Pascal Leclerc also won the Vezina, in addition to the Hart. Jags went to, I'm assuming that's like Varley, like the current Islanders goalie Varley, but I don't know why they, I guess it's probably like a difference in spelling of his first name, because like obviously now it's spelled Semyon, Semyon Varlamov, so I'm guessing that's him. It could not be, but I'm assuming it's him. Masterton went to Nick Foligno. Selke went to Keith Aucoin of the Canucks. Pearson went to Kovalchuk as well, and he also won the Rocket Richard. So he had a pretty solid season awards-wise, and he won the Cup with the Thrashers, so I guess nice for him. But as for what I guess now kind of wrap things up, kind of as you see, we're in the re-sign period, not the free agency period. We're also not at kind of the point where the players retire. So I guess if you kind of put those pieces together, you kind of figure out what's happening. But I'll just explain it anyway, just in case. So obviously, since we're not like the screen where the player shows the retired players, obviously Bryan McCabe didn't retire. If we had, I would have just started the episode there. But if we go to kind of sort through our roster, all our contracts, and we go to defenseman and then sort by overall from top to bottom. As you can see here, we have to go all the way down. Here we go. Right, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Bryan McCabe's overall declined even further from 79 to 77, and he's now our 10th best defenseman. So it's not even like at the last season where he was basically like tied for sixth with like two other players. So I could like justify putting him in the lineup like ahead of one of them, which the game honestly did anyways. He put him ahead. I forget. I think the Caruso guy. The game put him in ahead of as like our on the third pairing. But now there's really no way to justify it. We literally have 9 other defensemen who are all better in overall than him. So even like our basic pairings would be Ballard and Polak, Allen and one of Caruso and Bootland, and the third pairing would be the other one of those two and Leopold with Christopher Finger and Luke Beaverson, who are both like in their 20s, as like one of them being the 7th defenseman, probably. And then we also even the Dale Swanson guy, so he would be like to be one of those. Probably make the Beaverson guy the 7th defenseman and leave these two guys to cook a little bit more in the AHL. So that even means that McCabe wouldn't even be top pairing in the AHL. He'd be like on the second pair in the AHL on our current roster. So I don't know why the game didn't just like make him retire. Like he's overall is just declining rapidly, and he's like barely even like an NHL level player anymore. I think his DMI essentially he's like 37 years old, so I don't know what the game did to let him retire, but because he's basically is their 10th best defenseman, he's not going to crack the lineup at all. So this is going to be the final episode. Unfortunately, that means this Jersey Quest is a failure, which is unfortunate. I'm actually going to like update that in my like the title of my spreadsheet here to reflect that. Boop. So I just put failure in front of the name. So it is unfortunate, but not much I can really do. We kind of had some up and down seasons. We had playoff runs that just got thwarted by basically. I'm pretty sure every team we lost to on the playoffs either won the cup or made it to the cup final. Because the first year we lost, we went to the conference finals, lost to the Rangers, who lost to the Flames in the cup final. We then missed the playoffs. Made the playoffs, lost to the Flyers, who, oh, they didn't. Never mind, the Flyers didn't make it. Oh, the cup final, so I lied. And then we lost to the Thrashers. So I guess my theory was like busted twice. So I guess no, 2 of the 3 times we made the playoffs. I guess the team we lost, whatever. Let's ignore that. But yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, that means this is the end of the series. This kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It's probably better if we want to revisit like down the line at some point potentially. But yeah, this kind of sucks. Bryan McCabe had that's went further than I thought, considering he like did retire IRL after the 10-11 season. So we basically got 2 extra seasons out of him. Then he actually played in the NHL. So we basically got a couple more chances to try and win the cup, but just couldn't get it done, unfortunately. So yeah, thank you for checking this series out. It's unfortunate it wasn't a success. And next series on the channel should be a Kid Quest. Who? I'm not sure yet. So I have to kind of go into my like look, do some research and stuff to figure out who my next one will be. The next series on the channel will be a Kid Quest though. So thank you for checking this series out, and hopefully check that one out as well. It should be fun. Thank you.